There's an old saying that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I have been trying to lead the retail community to where they can save an enormous amount of money and many, many headaches for some 30 years now. And that is to the world of retail technology standards, created by the Association of Retail Technology Standards. Over this long period, some 1,600 subject matter experts from both the retail and vendor community, both large and small companies, came together to make it easier to integrate systems. The result of this effort now covers somewhere between 80 to 90% of the information necessary to run a modern retail enterprise. And this is what they've created. Contained in this work is somewhere between 15,000 and 20,000 attributes and elements. I just heard a presentation from two retailers in the food service industry. They represented somewhere between 40,000 and 50,000 stores. Their primary focus when adding new vendors is a deep dive into these vendors' integration models. If it became too difficult to fold them into their world, they simply dropped the vendor. It had nothing to do with what the vendor's capability was. In this day and age, this is a shame because the answer is in the picture. The answer is why Arch was created way back in 1993. Arch was created to help eliminate this massive problem with each vendor creating their own integration and data models. Vendors don't make money on their integration model. They and their customers make money on what their system does, and that should be their primary focus. If they are good at what they do, then retailers will love their products. So, who am I? I was given the title of the Wizard of Oz by somebody in the hospitality industry and somebody in the convenience store industry. Two people who didn't know each other, and they gave me this title in the same week. So I figured it might be a good logo for who I am. So what are some of the things that I've done? Well, in about 1995 or 96, I created the first certified internet-based credit card processing software. Prior to that, purchasing something on the web, people were having to call into a call center and give them their credit card number, and it was expensive. As a result of this, I was recently called the unknown father of e-commerce. In December 1st in 2010, I taught a company how to build an omni-channel system using the Arch standards. They used my architecture and they produced the first POS system and released it in 2013 at the NRS Big Show. This was the first POS system to handle omni-channel natively. Prior to that, people were bolting on to their point of sale system how to do an omni-channel. As a result of this, a major POS company bought them, and they're the lead POS system at this company. As a result of that, I became known as the father of omni-channel retail. Again, somebody gave me this title. In 2000 to 2025, I was the chief technology architect for the Association for Retail Technology Standards. More on this later. I've just released version 2 of my book called Arch for Retail, Using Technology to Turn Your Consumers into Customers and Make a Profit. It's available on Kindle. It talks all about the Arch standards and how they are used in the context of the retail processes. It's so large that it is now a 3-volume set. In addition, I've developed over 60 YouTube videos on retail and retail technology. They are targeted at C-star people to help them understand the technology side of the business without getting buried into the details. They are also targeted for new developers who are hired because of their programming ability and they need to learn the complexities of the retail side. As noted, I've helped multiple vendors and retailers to build various details through these various detailed models. In addition, I'm creating a school of retail technology to take them down into the details of how to use this material. So the videos are high level, the school is low level. And finally, I'm posting articles aimed at C-Star folks to help them understand what the concept is, again, without getting mired into the details. As you can see, I've got about 10 of them now available. I just recently heard a great line from a Microsoft presentation on artificial intelligence. They said that the quality of AI is dependent on the information used to train it. If you have somewhere between 15,000 and 20,000 attributes available, they can use that to help train your AI. So why don't you use it? I've traveled to over 20 different countries all over the world to meet, develop, and teach these people about these set of retail technology standards. I've taught numerous classes on all of these products, and if it deals with retail and retail technology integration, I've taught it. My clients represent well over 100,000 stores. At the end of my training, someone at every company has said, I didn't know that. This came from some of the largest retailers and vendors around the world. They all knew their business, but they didn't know what they didn't know, and I helped them learn that. You're looking at the logos of some of the pretty savvy and successful retailers. There's some of the retailers who have helped been part of the arts design teams. Let me ask you about this. How would you like to have design teams consisting of the largest technologists from these leading retailers? Well, of course you would, because you can't afford them. At least that's what you thought. Here's the good news. You've got them if you employ the arts/OMG retail standards. In addition to the retailers, one of the things about arts was we didn't create standards where standards already existed. So one of our key components was working with other groups to make sure that we were able to integrate well with them by leveraging their work as an integration point to the arts work. One of the coolest aspects of arts was bringing in the retailers and the vendors together to build these standards. And here's a sample of a lot of the major vendors who were involved in creating all of the art standards. It's a pretty impressive list of some of the largest and smallest vendors in the retail world. So now that I've led you to water, feel free to drink from the cool, refreshing water. Thank you. I am the Wizard of Pod. My name is Richard Halter. Please check out my book, Art for Retail, Using Technology to Turn Your Consumers into Customers and Make a Profit. It's available on Kindle. Thank you.